Oh my god, the host just triple sat me.
Do you see who's food running?
56 was just sitting there making out the entire time I was trying to take
Why do we have
order.
so many servers on the floor? Did you hear about 73?
This is a work of fiction. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events, is purely coincidental.
You're ridiculous. How does this sound? What do we think?
It probably sounds great.
That's awful. You're
So clear.
Mine just goes right up against my chest.
I can store so many things here. I can even angle it at different angles. Look, I can put it further away from me.
Oh my god.
And I don't even have to hold it anymore.
You have tits that I don't.
Oh yeah, look at that. I'm good.
You're just gonna
Look, Ma, no hands.
This is episode intro for sure.
Oh my god.
What a fucking week.
Seriously, what a fucking work week.
Welcome back to Rolling Silverware. I'm Kat.
I'm Bunny.
This is our post-shift shit talk.
And we do have shit to talk.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. No, hold on. I know where you're going with this, and
Tell
I
me
want
about
you to
it.
hold on.
Tell me about it.
So, first of all, we are now on the same work week. You and I work Wednesday to Sunday.
Yep.
And we were both off together on Monday and Tuesdays, which is fantastic.
I love it.
Do you want to come over on Tuesday and do nails?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I was going to ask you if I could come over on Tuesday already.
Perfect. Come over Tuesday while my son's at school and do nails.
Yeah. I won't be coming over early, though.
No.
I'm going to give you that
You
heads
don't-
up because
you
I
don't-
don't have my son.
You don't
so,
have to.
Yeah, thank you.
So come over at a time that works for you, that gives us enough time to, 2 hours, 3 hours before my son gets out of school.
Absolutely.
So, Wednesday, whatever. Is a whatever day. Like
Yeah.
no
comments.
notes. Yeah, no notes on Wednesday whatsoever. Thursday, however, I know that you're working with me because you have
Yes.
told me I'm working with you on Thursday, and I was like, fantastic, great, good news.
Can I tell my side of the story first?
Of Thursday?
Yeah.
Only Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I am on my way to work. I currently have, so I am the very fancy. It's not like a lead server or it's another job essentially that I am required to do every month. I have to update and redecorate a certain board.
Yes.
And this month I decided to just take
She's
the
a
whole fucking
coordinator.
board.
She's a coordinator.
I'm a coordinator. I just decided to take the whole fucking board with me, right?
Right.
I'm just like, I'm taking this thing home. I'm decorating it.
Take it off the wall. You had to drill it off the
I
wall, which I
drilled
did
it
not
off
know.
the wall.
I thought it just came off nails because it
Nope.
looks like something that just hangs there.
No, it is drilled.
It's drilled
out, baby.
into the wall of the restaurant.
So I drilled that bitch out, took it home, and redecorated it. And then Thursday happens, and I'm planning on bringing it back. So I'm on my way to work. I'm in my work uniform. I have this board in the back of my car, and I am 5 minutes away from I'm down the street.
I know where you are because I know what time it is.
Yes. And I get a text from the manager. Hey, we're really dead. Do you want to take the day off? And I say, sure. I'm going to bring this board back, though. And I'm going to put this back up. But yeah, I'll take the day.
Yeah.
And then
They came to me and they said, is Kat on her way already, you think? And I go, 100%. I know the time that you leave your house. And I was like, yeah, she's on her way. Oh, well, we're thinking about asking if she wants the night off. And I went, great. That's great. No, I don't want to hang out with my best fucking friend. We had spent the entire morning and afternoon together, but that's not what's important. It's the fact that we were going to work together, and now we're not, because obviously you're going to take the night. I would have taken the night.
Of course.
Of course.
So I get the text, and I tell him, like, yeah, but I'm going to bring this board back in.
Right.
I'm coming in to bring this board in. He goes, yeah, sure, no worries. I walk in the front door, and the general manager is up at the host desk, and she goes, oh, you didn't get his text. And I was like, no, I did. I'm just here, and I have this whole board under my arm, and I'm like, I'm just here to put this back. An
entire bulletin board.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just going to put this back. And she goes, oh, okay, perfect, no worries. So I set it, I drill it back into the wall, I put it up. It's not everything that I wanted it to be. I ran out of time a little bit, so it wasn't as nice as I really wanted it to be.
It still looks really good.
I mean, it looked great. Everything is exactly as I wanted it to be, except the label of like what this month was, right? The month of April is Arab American Heritage Month.
Right.
And I had like handwritten those words and it didn't look good. Like, let's just be honest.
It was third grader cursive writing.
I am a little bit behind on my calligraphy classes, okay? It didn't look great. So I was just like, I kind of want to redo this. But the manager was like, well, I'm going to send a picture off to, our corporate guy and da-da-da. So I was like, I'm going to go home. I live 10 minutes away. Let's be honest. So I was like, I'm going to go home. I'm going to print something out that's really nice to put over this. And then I'll be back. Like, I'm just going to come right back. Just don't send any pictures yet. And he goes, okay. So I do. I go home, change my clothes. I grab my kid. I go, hey, do you want to go to my restaurant, eat some sushi, have a good time, and just hang out for a bit? And he goes, yeah, of course. First of all, I call him.
Wait, back it up. Because if you don't tell it, I'm going to tell it.
I call him on my way home, my son, my 13-year-old son. I call him on my way home, and I go, hey, I got called off. I'm coming home. And he goes, ugh, why? And I was like, excuse you, what are you talking about? And he goes, it's just so peaceful when you're not here. And I go, are you telling me that it's not peaceful when I'm there? And he goes, no. And I go, good, I'm no man's peace. And I hang up the phone.
Also, child of mine. No, it's not peaceful when you're home, fucker. You shut the fuck up. I'm the parent here. You want peace? Get your own place.
Right.
I pay the bills. When you're gone, it's peaceful as shit. You shut up.
I walk in the door and he goes, Mom, what the fuck? And then I change my clothes. And I print out what I wanted to print out, another like new label that was very nice. And I got like an image
it looks amazing.
I got an image off of Google and it looks really pretty. Cut it out and I put it on like photo paper. So it's very, very fancy. And then we go back and I sit at a table in your section.
In my section.
And you are very busy.
Slammed. So hold on. Let's jump back. So I arrived to work at 4 p.m. And I'm anxiously awaiting you arriving, to which I find out, oh, they want to call you off. Oh, fucking great. So I also know that they've already called off a server.
Yeah.
So we went from having 5 on Thursday to 4, and now they want to take us down 1 more. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Now, I've worked enough Thursdays for this company, this restaurant specifically, to be like, I don't know if 3's enough. Like, just, sure, if we're as slow as we were for Wednesday, sure, 3 would be fine.
But Thursdays are different than Wednesdays.
Thursdays are a lot closer to that weekend. And also, it's just a eat out kind of night, Like, you've been cooking food at home all week. I don't want to do it Thursday. I get it. I don't want to cook on fucking Thursdays either.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you came in, you started the board. We weren't very busy. You leave, you come back. I am currently getting, double sat.
Yeah.
In not only my section, but a section that's not mine as well, like the continuations.
Next to you, yeah.
So yeah, I am getting sat repeatedly. And you're there and I'm like, okay, cool. Not like, I'll happily take you and your son any day, because it just means a table that I can put an order in for and forget about.
Yeah.
Like if I have to, you're not somebody I'm worried about at all. And then it's another table, and then another table. And then I am asked by our general manager, who made the call to drop us down to 3 servers. So it's me, Bambi's leading, and Auntie M. So 3 strong servers, sure. But I am now running 8 tables.
Yeah.
You being one of them. So like technically 7 tables. While they're attempting to sit the bartender another table, and he cannot take it. He can't. He has looked me in the face and said, I'm behind. And he's got tickets printing like crazy. And I went, fine, then I'm taking it. But I looked at our general manager and I said, is that for him? She goes, yeah. I go, are you sure? And she goes, well, yeah. And he looks at her like, no, you're not sure. So then she goes, well, do you want it? And I go, well, I mean,
yeah,
who else is going to take it? Because everyone else is fucking drowning out there on the main floor too. Because I was lounge. So I know that they're drowning. I'm drowning. So the general manager comes up to me. I have 3 tables. Well, I just got sat at a table of 3. And I have 2 more tables that need to be cleaned. And so I'm down to 5, right? Okay, cool. And she goes, hey, so I'm sitting you now. How much time do you need until you get sat again? I need both of these tables. I said, I don't know, 2-3 minutes between tables. Like, let me get drinks in and stuff like that. Because I'm not overwhelmed at this moment. Everybody else is in a really good spot. She goes, okay, well, the next 2 are 5 tops. I said, cool, so 5 minutes? She goes, okay, 5 minutes. She walks to the front and she brings me a 5 top. 30 seconds has passed.
If that.
If that. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why did you talk to me? Why did you waste the amount of time it took for you to have that conversation with me if you were going to hear me, look at me and tell me that you heard me, and just go, fuck it. I don't care. Bunny can handle.
Yeah?
Maybe. Yeah, and then shortly after that, I got the next 5 top as well.
Oh, within seconds of each other. Yeah.
Right.
There
so
was
now
no...
at that moment, with you still there, I had 9 tables.
Yep.
That was my 9th table. And I was like, this is so fucking great. So yeah, it was a shit show. And then you were trying to talk to me. You were like, hey, manager paid me out. And I just want to let you know I put my thing over there. And I'm like, that's great. Like, I love you so much. But also, I can't talk to you right now.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad because I kind of brushed you off. But I was like, okay, cool. Like,
No, I didn't even take it as a brush off. I took it as, you're fucking busy. I just need you to know this information so
Right.
you don't think, where the fuck is her check?
Yeah, you paid out. It's there. Fantastic. I got to go. And then I'm in the back. And I'm just like, I don't understand why I was even asked what I need as far as timing if you're not going to stick to it at all. Like, you're just going
not
to
even think about it.
You're going to brush right past it. And one of our bartenders is training to be a front of house lead right now. So she was up there hosting with our general manager because we didn't have a host Thursday night.
Yeah, Southern Peach.
Yeah, so GM and Southern Peach are hosting. Well, Southern Peach stands there, and I'm sorry, like, I have no issues with her. As an employee, sometimes she's a little slow, whatever. We don't fight. She's not a bad person. I don't really have any issues with her at all.
I have some issues.
But
I'll be honest.
she looks at me and she goes, "What's the problem?" Because I'm freaking out in the back. And I go, "Oh, well, I guess I just don't really understand why I was asked what I need if it's not going to be given to me." And she's like, "Well, do you want me to greet that table then? Like, I can greet it for you. It's fine. Like, calm down. I can greet it for you." And I was like, "That's
As if
not..."
she doesn't drown with 2 people sitting at the
tickets.
fucking bar top and 1 ticket printing and 1 table.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. And also, like, she's literally talking down to me in this way of like, "Oh, well, and then I'll just greet that table for you. Is that what you need?" No, I need somebody to fucking listen to me. When you ask me a question, GM, respond by doing what I asked. Like, you asked me.
Yeah. If you're going to go out of your way to ask me what I need so that I can give good service, then
Right.
you need to respect that.
Yeah, then stick to that. And
Yeah.
she did not whatsoever. So fucking great. We made it through the night. We made it through to the end. GM, Southern Peach, fuck off at 8 o'clock. They are gone. We don't close till 9.
Of course.
But we're going to run with our manager and no host and the 3 of us. And we get it. We figure it out. But not only does 3 servers put us in a tight spot if we get busy, 3 servers puts us in a tight spot for side work.
Yes, it does.
So that means at the end of the night, there's 5 side works that need to be done at the end of every night. Plus, the little things that we all kind of share as far as like getting things wiped up in our tables and everything else. So there's 3 of us working on 5 things of side work. And I get to the end of the night. I have silverware ready to roll. And I am moments away from violating, going over my 6 hours. Mm-hmm. So we are allowed to work 6 hours if we don't take a break.
Yeah.
Straight. So it's either I go over that 6-hour time limit and I finish the side work, or you tell me what you want done and I leave at my 6 hour.
Yep.
But I will not work off the clock because I am
and you never
36
should.
years old
Yep.
and I'm not going to fucking do that shit.
Never give your free time. Yeah.
No. And also, you guys, GM specifically, put us in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to manager, fabulous manager, and I was like, "Hey, what do you want? Do you want me to violate and stay and roll? Or do you want me to bust out literally everything else in the next 20 minutes and leave the rolls for tomorrow?" And he said, "Leave the rolls. The only reason we're in this position is because GM made the calls that she made."
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Cool. So I do. They're polished. It's ready to go. That silverware went to the morning crew, and apparently everybody was super happy about it. Nobody had any complaints.
Perfect.
But I went in the office after I'm done with everything. No, before. This was before I'm done with everything. Everybody's still working on what we can work on. And I kick open that office door. And I go, "Can I?" And he goes, "Please, just throw it at me." And I'm like, why the fuck am I not allowed as a lead server on a Friday or a Saturday night to have more than 4 motherfucking tables, but I can be your lounge on a Thursday and you're cool with seating me 8? Aggressively seating me 8 and repeatedly giving me 8 tables. Like, as soon as 2 are up, that's 6. Well, guess what? Here's 2 more. You're back to 8. Why is that fucking allowed to happen? But yet I beg you for a 5th table on a Friday night. I'm begging for it.
Yeah.
Make up your goddamn fucking mind. It can't be both. Was I happy to make the money that I made on Thursday? Absolutely. Because it made up for the fact that Friday and Saturday were slow as shit.
Yeah.
However, at what cost?
Yeah, fair.
If you had clocked in and if you had stayed as a server, you also would have had a full station, and we all would have had 6 tables. Easily.
But
because
6 tables is something that all 4 of us could have handled.
Right, because if I
easily.
had 8, Auntie M had 8, and Bambi had 8, that's two of each of ours to you. Now you have 6 as well. Mm-hmm. So it would have just been breathable, and also we all still would have made money.
Good money too, yeah.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have been on a wait at all, because we were on a wait for a little bit. Not long enough of a wait, because apparently even our GM gets a little flustered when guests are standing in the waiting area of the restaurant. So yeah, Thursday was a fucking shit show. Like, at best, it was a shit show.
I thought it was really funny to get called off,
Be told, we're a little too slow.
come in to eat, and then watch the shit show happen. Like, I thought that was so funny.
And I'm glad that that was fun for you.
Thank you.
In that moment, it was not fun for me. Friday and Saturday were really nothing of note. It was not a great fish Friday. I gave my hammer shift to a different server. I was like, after I got there, I was like, hey, do you want to stay? She said, sure.
Yeah.
So I was out of there at 8:30. I had finished everything. I was also tired as fuck. Thursday destroyed me. We spent the whole day building furniture.
Yes, we did.
Moving and building furniture.
Hence why when they asked me, hey, do you want to go home? I said, fuck yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely do.
Yeah, of course.
I spent the whole morning building a couch. I want to go home and lay down. I'm old.
I also did. But yeah, Friday I was just exhausted. Like, I was barely making it to work. So when she said she would stay for me, I was like, fuck yeah. And then, yeah, yesterday really wasn't much of anything at all.
Yeah, I had probably one of the worst tables I've had in a long time yesterday. Yeah, this guy and his wife, and fuck me, they sucked. Everybody that walked up to that table also came to me and they were like, yo, what's going on with 71? Like, those people suck.
Is this Chardonnay lady or different 71?
Different 71.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, this guy was just so fucking rude. Like, the entire time he was there, he kept, like, talking over his wife, and, you know, anytime she'd be like, oh, I think I like, and he goes, no, you want this, and he'd get her this, and, like, he was doing all of that, so I was, like, already really annoyed with him. And then describe to me the house Chardonnay.
Our house Chardonnay?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's slightly buttery. It's a little bit oaky. Definitely not overly, I wouldn't say it's like overly oak.
I'm not joking. Usually when you
I was like, you're putting me on the spot, but like, it's a very mild Chardonnay. Yeah. Like, no, people enjoy it. You could have
said whatever the fuck you wanted because it didn't matter. That guy was not listening to a fucking word I was saying. You know, you silently kind of agree with people when you're talking, and we're just like, yeah. We can tell each other stories, agree. Just you give a little, right? No, this guy loudly screaming at me anytime I'm talking. Like, you're not listening to a fucking word I'm saying. And then it's just his whole, like, atmosphere, everything about him was just, like, really shitty. And then immediately once he got up, I got the Chardonnay lady, which, let's talk about her. So she sits down with her piece of shit husband, and she goes, I really want a glass of Kendall Jackson. But, like, actually Kendall Jackson, I've been here a lot, and they always try to give me something else that's not Kendall Jackson. They always try to give me house. And her husband looks at me and goes, yeah, they've done it quite a few times.
No, we haven't.
Never once.
It wouldn't make sense for us to do that as a restaurant. I have another story that relates to this, but I won't tell it right now. But it wouldn't make sense for us to do that as a restaurant. If you're ordering something, I have to ring it in that way.
Yeah, and why would the bartenders give a shit?
Like, right, well, no, but here's what I'm saying. So once I ring in a drink, any drink whatsoever.
It's inventoried.
Right, it's inventoried. So we have to pour it, or we will end up with too much of it, and then we're charging you for... No, nobody's doing it. We're not ripping you off. That doesn't fucking happen in a corporate restaurant. It
Never
doesn't.
once.
Now, maybe the mom and pop shop might be trying to slip in, our house tequila for the Patron you ordered. Maybe. But not here. Not at a corporate fucking restaurant. Stop it. We inventory everything. It comes out of our counts. Our counts would be off every single month if we did that.
No, I went directly to a manager and I said, I'm going to put this in. I need you to pour it and I need you to drop it.
Yeah.
Because I was not going to play that fucking stupid ass game with them. The minute they said that to me, I was like, cool, I'm getting a manager involved.
Sure.
I was
Yeah, we've done it repeatedly. No, the fuck we haven't.
Never once. And I know for a fact you haven't because I bartended at this place for a long time. Like,
I pour what the ticket says because that's my whole job.
Yeah, like I'm not doing that.
It also wouldn't benefit me in any way. I don't get more money for pouring you the wrong alcohol.
Right.
I don't get more money in my pocket for pouring something cheaper than what you ordered. That's not how this works.
It's also what, cheaper by $1?
But
It's
also
not
we're not pocketing this extra money.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you see what comes on your check? That's what's poured.
Yeah.
Because I had to charge you for it, so that's what the bartender's making. Shut the fuck up.
100%.
And like I told you when you said that to
Yep.
the manager, I was like, oh, no. Not only have I had this table before as a server, I've been the bartender who has delivered her drink.
Yeah.
And I have poured it in front of her for her to take one sip and stop me and go, I'm sorry, this isn't Kendall Jackson. And I said, yes, it is. And she goes, no, it's happened before, but they've poured something else. And I said, I poured it. And she's like, well, why would you have poured it? And I point to my bartender apron.
Which is different than the server apron at a
Drastically
restaurant.
different.
Yeah.
And I go, because I'm the bartender today. And she just, oh. Now you have nothing to say. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, shut
Also,
up.
why the fuck would we lie about it? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But go ahead.
No, but I knew the absolute second that she said that and that he agreed with her. I was like, oh, I'm getting a manager involved in this table.
Perfect.
I'm not going to risk somebody else dropping this wine and have them be like, oh, this isn't Chardonnay, and now I have to go through the whole steps, and maybe my tip is lower because they're
Sure.
like, oh, they're trying to scam me out of Kendall Jackson.
Yeah,
Like,
out of not even all that
also,
great
you could,
Chardonnay.
yeah, I was gonna say you could buy it for like $12 at fucking Total Wine if you're that
So
obsessed
you can get
with
it
it.
at Ralph's for $12. Like, chill out.
Like, go buy it literally anywhere else.
Yeah,
if you're
bring
that
it here.
fucking
We don't have a
obsessed.
corkage fee. Come on in.
Right?
Well, I'll crack it for you. It costs you fucking nothing. But no, you want to pay $13 a glass? Sure. We'll do that instead.
Yeah, so you can complain about it.
Yeah,
I literally
single time.
was on top of every point of their meal and I had a manager on top of every point of their meal because it felt to me like they were the type to go into a restaurant and complain about something or everything and
Yeah.
try to get shit for free.
Absolutely.
And I was like, nope, I'm going to have a manager involved at every single point of this so that you don't get to do that.
Yep.
You don't get to complain about something and then pretend like
take it
it's
off.
my fault.
Yeah.
And we have to fucking comp it, and then you're tipping me like shit because you are just pieces of garbage.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to do that to me.
They do this all the time. No, the fuck we don't. Quickly on that note, I've only had one sort of negative review that pertained to me. So I was bartending one night, and a table of 8 or 9 was sitting in the dining area, and they kept ordering one of our house cocktails, but with Patron. So like with Patron Silver, but modified that house cocktail that we have.
Yeah.
So I was pouring them. They must have had 12.
Yeah, as I say,
Of
it was like a whole bottle of Patron, wasn't it?
It was at least half of a bottle's worth of Patron into that form of a cocktail, right?
Yeah.
So it's a margarita. Spicy margarita is what they want, but with Patron instead of our house tequila.
And this happened years ago,
This
right?
was years
Yeah,
and
yeah,
years
yeah.
ago. And so I poured all of them. And then at the end, they had closed out with their server. And this woman comes up to me and at the bar, and she goes, hey, listen, we're sitting over there. We're still sitting there. We don't necessarily need to open a whole new tab, but can I just get 3 Patron margaritas from you, that spicy margarita that you guys have, but with Patron? I said, absolutely. To which I pick up the bottle of Patron that's next to me. It's not on the shelf because you guys have been drinking them all fucking night.
Yeah, so I kept it next to me to
I kept
easy
it
access.
right here next to me. I pick it up, to which there is only maybe an ounce left in this bottle. And I show her, I hold it up, and I go, I need to go get another one of these from the back. That's all I say. And she goes, okay. And so I go to the back. I get the Patron, I come back, I open it in front of her, I pour those drinks, I shake them up, I pour them out, she pays me for them, leaves $2, whatever, I don't care, I just made 2 quick drinks, or 3 quick drinks, I don't care.
Yeah.
And so she takes them. The next day I come to work, and our old GM, piece of shit motherfucker, comes to me, and he's laughing, and he's like, you're never gonna believe what happened. And I was like, what happened? And he comes to me, and he's like, yeah, so there was a table in last night that was drinking the Patron margaritas. And I said, yeah, a shit ton of them. And he goes, yeah, well, apparently they wrote a review saying that the bartender never made them with Patron and, in fact, had to go get Patron when they asked for them from the bartender. And I look at him and I go, yeah, because they drank what was left of our bottle. I had to get another bottle, not the first bottle of the whole fucking night.
Right.
Another bottle. But the review basically stated that the bartender was pouring house tequila the whole time and they were charged for Patron. And it was like, watch out, this place scams you. And I'm like,
again, why?
Again, that's not how this works. If I ring in a certain type of anything, a count comes out of our system.
Yeah.
So we would be showing an entire extra bottle of Patron. Somebody's going to catch that. And I don't get to take that bottle home.
No.
Like, what are you talking about? So I explained to him, I was like, no, this is what happened. I just went to go get a new bottle. Not a first bottle of the whole night, just another one. And he's like, yeah, ha ha ha, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it at all. To which I later found out he apologized to them and sent them a gift card to come back.
Fucking asshole.
What the fuck? So you're just letting them think that they're correct in this?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, we're so sorry about that. Please come on back and do it again. Oh, dude, this was years ago, but it's in that same vein of, no, we can't do that at a place like this. Like I said, maybe mom and pop shops that aren't being, they're not counting their liquor pours or whatever, they can get away with, oh, they said Patron, but give them regular, or give them house, give them whatever. We can't do that. Every single thing that we bring in is accounted for and then counted by somebody in our inventory stages of the restaurant.
Yeah, the corporate restaurants you're never going to find. You might find the occasional accidental, because I will say as a bartender, there's been times where I've seen the name of like a cocktail that's on our menu, but I didn't clock that it had a different type of alcohol in it. So I accidentally made this cocktail with the house tequila instead of the upgraded tequila that they wanted.
Right.
But, I'm sorry. I didn't do that on purpose.
Right, and maybe...
and it was one time, right? Like that would have been
that
one
has
ticket.
happened. Yeah, and it's like...
That's a very accidental. Also, the one time that it did happen to me, the table was sitting in lounge and they clocked it. The minute the server brought that, they were the server never grabbed that bottle of tequila.
I know exactly who that is. That was on the table. And I went, oh my God, good catch. And you admitted to it. And I went back and I was like,
over, oh my God, that's my bad. Yeah.
So sorry about that. Just saw, whatever version of a margarita, whatever. And we fixed it. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Immediately, I made that so quick. And then I looked at the table. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, because it was a complete accident. I'm not trying to scam you. I just wasn't reading correctly in that one moment because I was probably busy or something else.
Sure, accidents do happen. But also, I can't imagine walking up to a bar.
12 drinks later.
But I can't imagine walking up to a bar and having a bartender hold up a empty bottle.
After you've drinking 9?
12?
12 drinks,
12 or 13 your table had over the course of the night. Because like I said, it was an 8 or 9 top.
Yeah,
so several people had that cocktail multiple times. But to hold up a almost completely empty bottle and say the words, I need to grab another one. And you took that as, you haven't poured me my drink the entire night? No, that's not what I said. That's not what anybody said. I need another one because you fucking drank it all. What the fuck?
That's what you needed to say. You would have gotten in trouble for it, of course. But if you would have been like, oh, looks like you guys went through my bottle already. Let me go grab another one. You obviously would have gotten in trouble for saying something like that.
Right.
Like that,
but I just
rude.
Held it up and I went, that's not enough to make 3 drinks. Let me go get a new bottle. Mm-hmm. Another bottle. Not let me go get the first bottle of the night because now you're watching me.
Yeah.
That's not how this fucking... Shut the fuck up. I can't.
Shut up.
But anyway, same with the fucking Kendall Jackson lady. It's like, nobody benefits from that.
Not a single
Nobody
person
benefits
in the line,
except maybe the restaurant might make an extra $1, but none of the servers are making that. The bartender's not making it. The server's not making it. And if anything, we're getting in trouble for not pouring the correct alcohol.
Yeah.
Because literally everything we do has to be incredibly meticulously done. Mm-hmm. So stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you want to go to the little taco stand on the corner and maybe they don't pour you what you asked for? Maybe. But even that, like, you're probably getting what you asked for when you go places. Guys, calm the fuck down.
Yeah. Speaking of not getting what you ask for, this made me so irately mad. So we have a new guy in the kitchen. New kitchen, back of house lead, I think he is. I don't think he's a supervisor or anything like that. I think he's just going to be an expo and kind of like supervisor-esque, but not quite.
I think he is the supervisor.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, I think he is the kitchen soup.
So, new kitchen soup, brand new guy. And the other day, I walk up to a table, I put in a bunch of food, and one of the items was a sushi roll. And all of it was meant to come out as entree, but for whatever reason, the sushi roll, even though I put it in as entree, came up on the dessert screen. So we have 2 screens in our kitchen.
Yeah.
One of them is the dessert and salad screen and sushi. And then the other one is like the main entree and appetizer screen. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, the sushi roll came up on the dessert screen. And so it's bumped, it's gone, and I go to recall it, and I see the sushi roll has been bumped, right, from my table. And I go, hey, I need this sushi roll. Hey, new kitchen soup, I need this sushi roll. And he goes, he walks over to the dessert screen, presses the recall button again, so puts the check away, walks back to his screen, and then starts going through the tickets that he had bumped over on his like main screen, entree screen, and he goes, well, I don't have that ticket.
Sir?
So I reopen it on the
just
dessert
showed
screen,
you where it was.
and I have my long nails at this point, and I start tapping on the screen. Click, 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 it's right here. Click, 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 it's right here.
Click, 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 click.
I started getting so upset. I was like, click, click, it's right here. What are you talking about? It's right here. This is the ticket. Why? No, it's not on your screen. It's on my screen.
It's on the screen I showed you.
It's right fucking here. And one of the other managers starts hearing me get kind of loud in the kitchen, and he runs in and he goes, "Here, just take this one." He grabs another, like the same type of sushi roll and I'm assuming it was for a different table. I don't know, whatever. But he's just like, "Here, just take this one. Take it, please, go." Like, oh my God, here, just take this one. He's like, don't leave him alone. Like, because he's definitely still new and like still learning, but also, sir, there's only so much grace I can give you when I show you the ticket that it's green and that it's been bumped and say, hey, I need this. And for you to just look at it and be like, huh, that's weird, and then go to a different screen that has different types of items on it, and then just
start
like
looking for something that I was
that's not going to be there, and then argue with me, well, I don't have that. No, you do. I promise you do, because I just showed you it's right here.
In fact.
But yeah, that upset me.
So today...
And then today, it fucking upset me.
So we'll get into your today in a moment, but let's just continue on the new kitchen soup aspect of things for 1 second. Today, I came in, it was very slow. I asked if I could go, and they were like, oh, we need you. And I was like, okay, well, if you don't, let me know. And so sure enough, 2 tables in, they're like, we don't need you. And I went, dope.
Fantastic.
I will take the cut and run today, because I never get to do that. And I'll go drink alcohol instead. So anyways, I'm helping run food while I'm waiting for my second table to finish eating, because I have nothing else to do. So I was like, cool, I'm going to be helpful. So I'm running food, and a plate of scallops gets plated. Now, the scallops gets the sides that it comes with, plus a lemon. Pretty much everything gets a lemon on the plate. Whether people use it or don't use it, it's part of the plating, right? So before I run it, because it's just going to the bar top, it's one plate, it's going to the bar top, I said, oh, can I get a lemon for this? So he turns around, new kitchen soup, and he looks at it, and he looks at me, and he takes the plate off of the tray, turns around, sets it to the side of the line, like not at the line, but down to the side, turns back around to Fabulous Manager and goes, do scallops get a lemon? And he goes, yeah. And I go, everything gets a lemon. And he goes, not everything. And I go, well, not the crusted stuff. So he throws a lemon on it, hands it back to me, to which I'm looking at it. It has asparagus and mashed potatoes. The asparagus is plain. There's no toppings.
So was it supposed to be?
So I read the ticket, which anybody should, and it just says asparagus and mashed potatoes. So I said, I'm so sorry. Can I also get the toppings that go on this asparagus, unless it was otherwise noted?
Yeah, and unless the server told you.
Right, and he turns around and he looks at me like he hates me.
No shit.
And I go, I'm so sorry. I'm just reading the ticket.
As you should be, dog.
All I'm doing is reading the ticket. And so, the other kitchen lead, the other kitchen lead that's not going to be a kitchen lead anymore, comes and grabs it, and he takes it to the back, and he puts the toppings on the asparagus and brings it back to me. And I said, ha ha ha, sorry. And I leave. And then I come back to run more food, because I'm just trying to be helpful. And I am given a plate of, 2 different types of fish. One is crusted. And kitchen soup, like, maybe jokingly, maybe not, turns around and puts 2 lemons down. I say nothing. And
I wouldn't have either.
I say nothing and I leave. To which Fabulous Manager grabs me and he goes, is there? And I go, a lemon on this plate that doesn't get one? Yes, there is. And I just, I'm taking it to the table, because at this point I can't have another conversation with this guy.
Apparently.
Well, hold on.
We're not there yet.
Hold on. So I run the food, right? No big deal. And then I'm about ready to leave. Like, I'm going to drop the check to my last table of 2. And kitchen soup is out, and he has dropped a piece of paper onto the ground on accident. And as he bends down to pick it up, I go, yeah, can you pick that up?
You're such a dick.
And he looks up and just starts laughing. He goes, oh, okay. And so we share a good laugh, right? And I'm like,
That's
okay.
nice, yeah.
So it's all in good fun. Like, but it like fluttered to it was a receipt paper, right?
Yeah.
And it just flutters to the ground. And the moment he starts to reach for it, I'm like, could you pick that up? And his whole face was like, because he doesn't know who I am by my voice.
Yeah.
So his whole face is like, what the fuck? And then we just start laughing. And I was like, okay, cool. Deuces. But also, how do you, like, we've talked about this already this entire week and even last week. How do you not know, like, even just, like, most of the things for your job? You are out of training. You were trained by somebody you probably shouldn't have been trained by for most of those days. You do have a kitchen executive that follows you around on
Constantly,
your days that you're here, and you're still missing so many points.
Even our front of house managers, if you've ever noticed, a lot of them, like one of them will try and stay on the line while he's expoing.
And it's like, I know that it can be stressful when those tickets start coming up and everything else, but also just take it one at a time. Like, it's fine. I'm just like, it's so many steps that he's missing still.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we'll give him another week. We'll see how next week goes. Like, I don't know.
So apparently, Sweet Pea, she put in a certain type of soup. We have a type of soup on our menu that only comes in the small size. We have multiple different sizes of soups, right? And one of the soups only comes in the small size. And he was on the line, I think maybe helping that part of the kitchen, but she puts in this soup, and he puts it in the largest bowl that we have for soups, which is a disgusting amount of this type of soup. And she's looking at it.
It's a very large bowl of soup.
And she's looking at it, and she goes, "Hey, are we out of the regular bowls that this comes in?" And one of the other guys was like, "No," and just kind of looking at the new kitchen soup like, "What are you doing, dude?" And the new kitchen soup was like, "Isn't that how it comes? That's how you put it in?" And she's like, "No.
No, it's not.
It's not
and
at
at this
all.
point, you should have plated enough of them to know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, they don't
It's
go to
the
order
only
often,
soup
but-
that has a special bowl.
Right.
We have 3 soups. 2 of them are identical in plating in every aspect, whether you get small or large. The third soup comes in a special type of bowl.
Yeah.
It's the only one that comes in the special type of bowl.
And no, he wanted to give 12 ounces of this special type of soup. And yeah, she was just like, "I don't know what to think about this." She's like, "I was really uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say." And
I'm not bringing an entire fucking
I'm
bowl
never
of
bringing
it.
12 ounces of that shit to a table. Absolutely not. Get out of here. Put it in my special bowl. Get the fuck out.
Give me the special bowl. Go away.
But
yeah, so he's learning.
he'll get there, hopefully. I mean, even our old assistant kitchen manager, which we fucking hated at first, it took him a couple of months.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
even longer than that, I would say, to be like proficient on the line.
Yeah, well, he just hated reading tickets. He hated reading them.
No,
it's not that.
he
it's
would
not
see
that
the
he
one
couldn't
line
read
and-
them, which I would often ask him, "Can you read?" Because it felt like he couldn't. He, in fact, could read them. He just didn't want to. The amount of times that I would bring in a baked potato with side all. That means all of the toppings on the side. There's no other way to read that. And he would just put them on top. And I'd just walk up and be like, "Where did you stop reading? Because you skipped the part. You just skipped over the side. Because I bring it side all. So you said everything on the potato." So many fucking times. And I'm just like, that's
Wrong.
not what that says. If I have to ring it correctly, you should have to plate it correctly.
Yeah. No, but,
Right?
hopefully this guy figures it out. I don't know. I didn't feel like the old back of house lead that was on Expo. Like, he wasn't great, but I don't feel like he made this many mistakes.
He did read tickets.
Yeah.
And he's very open to, I made a mistake. Mm-hmm. The amount of times that I would come to him and be like, "Hey, I actually got the wrong sides," or whatever. Immediately, "Hey, my bad.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. So sorry I sent that out." Like, and that's cool. And I do the same when I make a mistake. It's like, "Hey, holy shit, I didn't catch that. I took that to the table and I didn't catch that."
Yeah.
There's multiple points of failure when it comes to some of these things. So it's like, hey, everybody take account and it's fine. It's not the end of the world. But the new guy seems to take it a little personal.
Yeah,
and I'm
he
like,
really does.
I'm not attacking you. I just, believe it or not, have done so many fucking positions for this restaurant that I might know what I'm talking about.
You
I
might.
might. 4.5 years later. I might.
My day today, though, oh my gosh. So, we had a server called out. Like, she didn't call off. They called her and said, like, hey, just stay home. So we had 3 servers
For a Sunday morning.
for a Sunday brunch.
That feels
And
like too little.
it was. I can tell you that much.
It
It
was.
absolutely was.
Huh, what's that like?
Yeah. At one
Tell me
point,
more.
it was at like 2:00. We start getting slammed. They have already cut the opener, so now it's just down to me and lounge.
Right.
And the opener and lounge today was Mr. and Mrs. Fucking Norman. So when I tell you, every time I went to the dish pit, the soup rack was not put down. Every time I went to the fucking bev station, there was no ice in the nobody's refilling ice.
No.
Nobody's refilling glasses. Nobody's putting fucking racks down in the dish pit. Nobody's fucking running food. My food never got ran to a table unless it was me or the managers.
Yep.
My drinks never got ran to the table unless it was me or the managers.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, I have a party of 5, a party of 10, 3 tables in my section and 2 fucking tables outside.
Oh, Jesus.
And then they look at me and say, oh, 201's for you. No, it's not.
Not right now, it's not.
No, it's not.
201's hanging out.
Yeah, 201 can sit there. The fuck are you talking about? And I can't get any of my other fucking servers to run a soup.
Right.
To fucking put down a dish rack when you fill it in the back.
Also, if you're cut and it's that busy, you run food.
Right.
If you're cut and it's that busy, you grab the extra ice. Like, I'm sorry, especially as a day shift, because your shift isn't over. The restaurant is still running.
Yeah.
When you're cut at the end of the night and we're closed, okay, you don't want to run that one plate because there's 7 people that are also cut. Okay, fine.
I get it. I get it, but I don't, but I get
But
it.
also, you're the only one who is cut, and
Well,
this place is getting bombed.
They ended up uncutting her.
Rightfully so.
They put her back on the floor and gave her a couple more tables. But at the very end, I'm lead server. And I look at the side work and I say, okay, Mrs. Paranorman's doing A and B. Paranorman is doing C and D.
Sure.
And I tell him this. I say, hey, you're doing C and D. Your girl's doing A and B. He turns around and finds a manager and asks the manager, who then comes up to me later and says, oh, by the way, what side work are you doing? Paranorman wants to know.
Oh, I'm doing mine and the rest of it. Just because you're on a side work that I need you to do it, but also I'm going to be there doing it as well. And I have to do it after you leave. I have to keep doing it until the night crew is here.
I am in the back talking to Fabulous Host, yelling as loudly. It is ungodly how loud I am being in the back dock because I have to go outside and take a beat. I'm so fucking mad. Fabulous Host comes in and he goes, hey, gorgeous, how are you? And I go, I'm fucking not okay. I'm yelling. I was like, it's my fucking side work. The lead server side work, that's the fucking side work I'm doing. And you know what else I gotta do? I gotta be on top of A, B, C, and D. I also have to assist with A, B, C, and fucking D. I also have to make sure the entire fucking floor is good to go for the night shift. Make sure that everybody did their fucking tables and make sure the tables that nobody had today are good to go for the fucking night shift. And then I gotta do my fucking side work. That's my fucking side. I'm yelling because I know Mrs. Paranorman is in the back. She's
also,
by the work table.
You want to know what I'm doing?
Me.
You want to know what I'm doing? Literally every fucking thing you're not.
Yep.
You want to know what I'm doing? Do you think I'm leaving here before you?
And guess what?
That never fucking happens.
Never happens.
The lead server of the morning literally never leaves until almost all of the night crew is on and is doing stuff. The amount of times I've been a lead server in the morning and I don't get out of there until fairly close to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yep.
Read it, listen to what I said, and fucking do it.
Did
you make money today, sir? I know you did, because I saw him with 30 fucking checks.
Yeah,
with his checks at the end, when he's putting all of his checks together, I saw him with like 20 fucking to 30 checks.
Yeah, yeah.
So you made money. Shut the fuck up and go do C.
I'm getting to the point where...
You want to know what I'm doing? I'm full.
I was livid. Oh. So I go up to Fabulous Manager, and I say, second, in your office? And he goes, yeah, right now. And I go, yeah, immediately. And we walk into the office, and at the time, it was just me and him. So I am unloading. I am pissed, right? I'm like, fuck him.
what the fuck am I doing? I now, because his missus is fucking clocked out, she's done, she can't do anything else. Guess what I'm doing for the next 2 fucking hours? Because the side work that she had doesn't end.
Right.
You're always going to find new fry cups. You're always going to find new silverware. You're always
new
going to...
ramekins, new everything is going to keep coming in from all the tables that we just had.
Right. And I have to fucking do them.
Right.
And so I'm like, this is I'm going to do my side work. My fucking hammer side work. If he's fucking so mad about it, you know what he can do? Give a shit about his fucking job. Because if he gave a shit about his job, he knew the fucking menu, he knew how the fucking presets and the post sets, and he knew everything that he was supposed to do. Guess what? When he comes to you and says, well, why am I not a trainer? I've been here for years. Because you know what the fuck you're doing, because you don't give a fuck about your job. You don't want to be there for 4 hours, let alone the 6 hours it takes to be a fucking lead server, let alone overseeing all this shit. You're not a trainer and you're not a lead server because you don't give a shit about your job.
And you don't want to do it.
And you have
you
no
give away
interest.
half of your shifts. If you work 2 shifts in a week, you're stoked.
Right.
So you give away the rest of them. And on top of that, like the amount of times that I've had to tell him, your job is not done at 4. Just because your little thing on your fucking your scheduling, no, just because on your scheduling it says that you're noon to 4. Guess what? If we get fucking annihilated at 3, you're not done at 4.
Yeah.
You're not done at 4 just because it says that. You're done when your job is done. That's how this works. That's how restaurants work.
And he's been in restaurants for years, so he should know this at this
point. The
point.
amount of times that I have had either friends or significant others ask me, what time are you going to be off tonight? I don't fucking know.
I'll never know.
I'll never know the exact moment that I'm off, because even if I'm not closing, I could have to. We could get hit at the end of the night. We could have extra stuff that we have to do. It could be bug night. It could be a million fucking things that are going to keep me at this restaurant past 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be the exact opposite, like today when you were supposed to be closing because you were in a closing section,
right?
And you cut and run, and now you're off an hour after you start, an hour and a half after you start. Like, it's always
you
up
never
in the air.
Fucking know. So don't look at me and say, "Well, it's 4 o'clock and my relief's not here yet." Suck my dick. I don't care. You are still on the floor. No one has cut you. You haven't been cut yet. I'm sure of that. Oh, and then for him to come to you while we're standing outside and you're just trying to vent for a minute and I'm there, and he's like, oh, I didn't get a cut slip. Then that means you're not fucking done. You didn't get a cut slip because you weren't done yet.
Yeah.
Because your shift continues into the night shift whether you like it or not. And if you can't handle that, don't work days.
Apparently he requested days. He doesn't want to work any night shift.
No.
He would rather drag his testicles across hot lava than fucking work a night shift. And he wants the day shifts and then complains every single time.
Any moment past 4 o'clock, he acts like he's working off the clock. And it's like, I'm sorry, fucker, but you're getting paid for every moment of this. Shut the fuck up. And side work is such a part of being a server. Anybody who has worked in the industry understands side work. Anybody. Whether it's easy side work, hard side work, a lot of side work, no side work. You understand that there's side work.
Yeah, always.
Side work happens either as you're doing your job or after your tables are done.
Yeah, you're lucky we don't have running side work. I've been advocating for running side work.
We do have running side work. He just doesn't fucking do it. Getting the glassware, getting the ice, making sure the dish pit's nice, getting the butter for the bread, that is running side work.
Yep.
Just so many fucking people don't do it, so it becomes whoever gets stuck with it.
Lead server. Usually, let's be honest, it's usually the lead server that will look at these things and be like, this needs to be done.
Right. That's why when I find an empty glass rack, I throw it at somebody. That's why. I don't actually, but I threaten to.
So I'm in the manager's office. I am venting. I am going off. And then a couple of the other managers walk in, and my mistake, I didn't change the conversation, or I didn't redirect the conversation, or I didn't tone down the conversation that I was having. I just kept venting.
Right.
In the same tone that I was venting before. And I don't know if it was an issue or what had happened, but the fabulous manager did grab me at one point and, bring me back into the office when it was just the two of us. So there wasn't another person there. So it wasn't a redirect. It wasn't like a console, a counsel or anything. It was very much just like a, hey, what it boiled down to essentially is whatever that man says doesn't fucking matter. Don't let him get to you.
Yeah. Don't let his bullshit affect you to that level.
He was like, you're being affected a lot by this. And I told the manager, I was like, you're right. I should have maybe toned it down a bit.
Sure.
And I did tell him, I'm really getting sick of servers not understanding side work, these full-grown adults that are acting like feral cats in a circus.
And none of them are new.
None of them are new. But
None of them are new servers. We don't have
consistently-
a single new server at all.
No, you're right. We haven't hired a new server in a fucking hot minute.
Nobody is new. Everybody who is currently on the floor as a server has been doing it for at least a few months.
Yeah, 6 months or longer, yeah.
Yeah, so what the fuck are you talking about? You don't know.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sure about this, or what about... No, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up and do it. And it's not like I'm pinpointing any one person when I assign the side work. It's not like I look at who's on and I go, ha ha ha, you get the shitty one.
I'm gonna now.
You're getting ahead of me. You're getting ahead of me. It's done by your in times and by who I need to do what by the end of the night.
Yes.
If you're the last person on, you're going to be the last person cut, which means you're going to do the beverage station. Because I, as a closer, need the beverage station until the last possible minute.
Yes.
But I don't look at the thing and go, oh, you're on? Well, then you're going to have to do the one I hate. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
And unless you're doing a day shift or a, middle of the week shift, you usually have a partner.
Usually, yeah.
So it's like, what do you mean, what's my... No, you know what your side work is because I wrote it for you and I put it up on the board. Do it. Do it to its fullest extent. Don't do part of it and then come to me and be like, so I did... is there more to it?
No.
Yeah, there's more to it. Believe it or not, there's more. Because it's the same side work that you've had to do for fucking months.
For 3 years. In his case, anyways.
Yeah.
No, I think what it is...
He doesn't get a jacket.
Usually the day shift, the weekend days anyways, what they'll do, or what I've done anyways, I'm not sure what other hammers do, but what I do is I'll assign first cut, is doing the sauces, and then second cut is doing the bev station,
Right.
and then both of them are working on all of the silverware, and
Together.
then I will do the condiments and the wine glasses on
okay.
top of
All
my,
of the closer
rest
side
of my
work.
side
Yeah.
work. And I think that that's what he was expecting. So when I told him he had to do both, he was really upset about it. And guess what? I also had a rough fucking shift.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
I
not
also have to
interested-
do both.
Right. I'm not interested in doing all of the fucking condiments, all of the fucking wine glasses, all of my fucking closing side work after having $2,300 in sales for a 6-hour shift.
Right.
I got fucking rocked. I'm not trying to do 2 different types of side work on my own on top of managing you and your missus because both of you fucking slack everywhere you can. If you're
Yeah.
looking at B, which is the silverware, you're not also looking at B, which is the bibs that we have to put out.
Yeah,
which
they
is-
never do the paper products. They never do
do-
anything else.
Yeah, they never do the paper napkins. They never do the fucking straws. They never do those things. They just polish silverware and then put it out. I need more than that.
Right.
I'm sorry, but I need more than that. And neither of them fucking get that shit. So, no, one person's is going to be on this and one person's is going to be on this. And I'm going to do my side work. And then I'm going to help both of you with whatever needs to be helped.
Yeah, I'm going to get those extra wine glasses polished while you're doing the condiments.
No
I'm going to
one's
make
saying
sure
I'm not going to help you.
that the paper products are done while you're doing the silverware. We can all do it together. Mm-hmm. Honestly, on a day shift like what you had, I might have just written everyone and then A, B, C, and D.
Right? Fuck it.
Everyone. Pick something, start it.
The managers, apparently all 3 of the managers that were on today did agree with the way that I had done it. They were like, no, that makes total sense. You did it the same way that they would have done it as well.
The only way that I would have done it differently is, like you said, first cut gets the sauces. Mm-hmm. And then because of where he was in the lounge, which they need to stop fucking doing.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be. That's the person that they called out.
Oh, okay. Well,
shift, so.
he's in that shift.
Now he's in
often.
the shift, yeah.
But anyways, so then you're going to do the lounge side work because that's where you were, right? And then guess what? B and C, everybody's doing it. Does that make you feel better? Is that better for you that you have to do yours
and then you have 3, technically?
Now you're sharing 2 and yours? Or do you just want to do 2?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
It took everything in me to not go and find him wherever he was in the restaurant and be like, my side work. That's what I'm doing. The hammer side work.
You want to know what I'm doing? Everything you fucking don't. That's what I'm doing.
Everything in me not to do.
Shut your mouth,
when
dude. Shut your mouth. You are not better than anybody else, and I'm not saying I am either. I'm just saying you are not holier than thou.
He's not stronger than most of our servers
But you also
either, so
don't
let's be
have this
honest.
like crazy standing where you can be like, oh my God, I was inundated and I've done X, Y, Z and A, B, and C's side work. What else do you want from me? No, you haven't. You haven't done it. You've never done it. And you cry about every little fucking thing that gets assigned to you.
Well, someone else did the condiments for him. A night shift girlie came on and she was like, oh, I guess I'll just do this now. And did it for him. So he didn't even have to fucking do that. So
Right.
he gets out of doing that. And then he comes to me and he was like, oh, here's my cut slip. Can I get a signature? And then the minute he left, what do I have to do? I have to go back through. I have more fry cups. I have more fucking soy cups that I have to bring out.
I gotta make sure there's ice. Gotta make sure there's glasses.
I had to read, go over everything, make sure everything was topped off and ready for the night shift. And I'm back there polishing silverware. And all I could think of is, I wish that motherfucker was here to watch me.
Right.
Like, I want him to see what the fuck I have to do as a
Every
lead
day
server.
after you leave, this is what I have to do.
Right. I was livid, bitch.
Yeah, I think we just need, like, managers need to, let's pre-shift it, right? Let's fucking do it where you guys are standing there, everybody's standing around, and the words that need to come out of the manager's mouth are, your job is not done until you clock out.
Yeah.
Once you have clocked out, you don't have to roll another piece of silverware. Once you've clocked out, you don't need to look at those sauces and worry about them. If you have been signed off and you get to clock out and you have swiped your little fucking card for the last time today, then you can say, how dare you ask me to stay back and do anything? I'm off the clock. Until that moment happens, shut the fuck up.
You're greeting tables if you need to. You're running food if you're needed. You're, like, doing your side work.
Right. It is a team effort at its core.
Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be a team effort to run a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's too many working parts.
Mm-hmm.
Too many moving things that need to be accomplished at every moment of the day.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
What the manager did tell me is that, so the way everything is set up with the server work group is that the, hammers are, like, it's based off of the hammer work group, essentially. And so their job as a manager is to allow people to feel comfortable talking to them, which I get. I'm comfortable complaining to them. So
I'm
other
very
people,
comfortable.
I'm a little too comfortable. I do agree that other people should feel comfortable to go and just be like, hey, I really don't understand this, or why is this working, blah, blah, blah. But every manager has been instructed to just be like, okay, we'll check in with your hammer and we'll get back to you.
Right.
So that is how they are going to be handling it. And I don't know if that's how they've always handled it or if that's a newer thing. I'm not sure.
Sure.
That's just what was relayed to me today, is they should feel comfortable coming to us and talking to us about things. Because that was one of my biggest complaints, is like, now I have multiple people trying to go over my head to management so they don't have to fucking do side work. Like, this is bullshit. They're adults. It's side work.
Right.
Everybody does side work.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, they should be able to come to us.
Yeah, they should.
But
choose those words carefully, especially if you, as the manager, are going to relay them to me. And if the words are, what is Kat doing? Kat's kicking your fucking ass.
Yeah, it's on site. If I ever see him outside of the restaurant,
what's
I'm going to be
Bunny
honest.
doing if I have to do this? Leaving. Like,
I'm going to be on the news.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be, bitch.
Causing fucking problems. That's what Bunny's doing. Whose problems? Yours.
And that is something that the manager told me. He was like, yeah, the other manager probably shouldn't have worded it that way to you, or even had Paranorman's name in his mouth when asking you that question. And I was like, yeah, no, he probably shouldn't have.
No.
Like, that was the
But
first
now that I
mistake.
I can't take it back. And I feel the way I feel. And I'm valid in my feelings.
I'm valid in my feelings.
So today was a wild day for you.
Yeah, it sucked. So many of my tables were fucking awful, too.
I love you so much, but I need you to hear me when I say that I wish I could have been in and eating and watching all of it for a little bit today.
That would have been fun.
Would have been real nice if I could have been sitting there going, wow, look at this.
You know who was? My stupid ass kid.
Today?
Yeah. He rode his bike into the restaurant.
No way.
Yeah, and just sat in my section. And
you're just glaring at him.
Yeah.
Go home.
So I had to pay for everything he's fucking eating. So
Oh yeah, fuck you. Let me work for that. Let me have you
pay
watch
taxes
me.
on this.
Let me have you watch me work for that. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? No, turn around. There's cheaper places in this shopping center. Fucking go. Goodbye.
Yeah, by himself. He biked into my restaurant and he walks in and he goes, "Can I sit in Kat's section?" And they were like, "Yeah, I guess."
Yeah, whatever, kid.
Yeah, and so they bring him into my section. He sits down, and at that moment, something we didn't touch on, VIP is sitting in my section.
Right.
And this is something that they have been stressing me out about since yesterday.
Yeah, they're really hounding you about it.
Yeah, I had 3 managers come up to me within like 10 minutes, talk about like, tomorrow we're going to have this VIP and he's going to sit in your section since you're the lead server, and it's going to be, he's really into details, and make sure, tonight when everybody closes that they all have extra side work and everything's really clean and everything's this and that, da-da-da-da. So it was like very stressful from the jump.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm stressed since yesterday.
Yeah. And so the person it was meant to be is one of our presidents essentially. And it ended up being his wife and daughter and a couple of their friends. So it was just a cute little girly group, right?
Sure.
And they were fine. They were totally great. I loved them and I had no issues with them whatsoever, but it did feel really even when I wasn't necessarily at their table, but when I was at other people's tables.
Feeling watched.
Very much feeling watched.
Yeah.
And now that I look back on that moment, you know what I forgot is a fucking hot towel for one of those girls. God dang it. This happens to me every time. The hot towels are the bane of my existence.
Seriously, I hate it so much. So, I understand the idea. So, we have VIPs sometimes from other restaurants that come in, right? Mm-hmm. And nobody announces themselves, or not often do they announce themselves, like when they make their reservation.
Yeah.
They wait until the very end when they hand you that VIP card.
Yeah.
And they go, "Hey, I'm VIP." And it's like, and even if they don't say it, that's what it's saying to me. It's like they're looking at me, they're like, "Ha, ha, ha, I'm VIP," and you fucked up. Like,
right?
And it's always in that like moment of, and then I have this whole like, did I get them everything on time? Or like, did I slack on them because it was just this cute couple and I thought we were having a blast, so I thought I could leave them alone for a little bit too long, and now they're a VIP, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Please don't tell on me. Like, I'm doing the best I can. Please don't. And then I'm like, and then you count back the steps and you're just like, oh shit, did I hit all of those points?
Yeah.
Did they have the best time? And it's like, just tell me at the beginning. And then our restaurant's always like, well, no, because they want you to have the shift that you're going to have and like work the way that you're going to work. And it's like, yeah, well, I'd work a little bit harder if I knew.
Yeah.
And I would extra make sure, like, just tell me in advance, please. I hate this.
So I knew well in advance that these people were coming in, and it made me really uncomfortable with like other tables as well.
Sure.
Like tables around them. I was like, am I like, if I'm too comfortable like joking around with the table, are they going to be upset and say something to my manager like, that girl says inappropriate things to your table, even though it wasn't inappropriate? It was just like,
I wouldn't say inappropriate. I'd say appropriate per table.
Right, that's what I was like.
I definitely
I caught a vibe. God forbid a girl catches a vibe. And but like, so it made me like really uncomfortable with other tables around them as well. But then, my kid comes in and I was just like, he sits down and the first thing I do is walk up to him from behind and like slap his face a little bit and go,
sure.
Whoop-pow, whoop-pow. And
it's even better. I would have walked up, if your kid sat in my section, I would walk up and be like, what the fuck do you want? Like, maybe not fuck, but I would have said like, what do you want? Like, there's no, hey, how you doing? How's it going? What do you want?
Yeah, no, I walked up to him, gave him a little whoop-pow, whoop-pow, slap in the face and go, what's up, dork?
Mrs. VIP's like,
she's right there behind. To be fair, he looks a lot like me, so hopefully he has my coloring. So hopefully she understood.
So does half of the city.
Shut up.
That was cute that he came in and visited you. That's
I
so
think
nice.
he's just bored, right? So he's just out of his mind at home, and he thinks like, oh, I can ride my bike a little bit, go around town. I'm going to go visit mom for a bit. The other day, a little bit of hope core for you for when your kid gets a little bit older. I was missing 2 ingredients for dinner. I was going to make nacho fries.
Ooh.
I didn't have any ground beef or taco seasoning. But I had
2 main ingredients.
Right, but I had everything. I had the French fries, I had salsa, I had cheese, I had like a bunch of stuff. I just wanted ground beef and taco seasoning. So I look at him and I go, yo, do you want to go to the grocery store for me?
And he was like, yeah, super excited
Of course,
to do it.
yeah. Send me on a mission.
Yeah, handed him $20. I said, go get a pound of ground beef and some taco seasoning. And he goes, great. And he fucks off. I'm laying in bed playing video games like, this is a dream.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of hope core.
Perfect.
It was
Looking forward
really
to it.
nice to
6
be able
more
to
years.
just send him off, just be like, fuck, go get me some shit from the grocery store. And he was so excited to do it.
Nice. My son won't even join me to the mailbox. I'm like, hey, you want to come with me to the mailbox? He goes, no.
But
I'm
if you handed him the key and you said, do you want to go get
I
the mail?
tried
He
that.
might.
I said, will you go get the mail for me? And he goes, I don't know where the mailbox is. I go, it's at the front.
He knows.
It's at the front. Like, yeah, you do. Shut up. Which one's ours? The one with our number on it. You know where we live? And he rattles off our address. I go, great, go. He's like, I don't want to. And I'm like, great. So the week is done. We have 2 days off to decompress.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm going
Me
to come
too.
over on Tuesday and do my nails.
Perfect. Let's check out.
Please get me out of here. Bye. That was a really synchronized bye.
Thank you for listening to Rolling Silverware Podcast. If you are enjoying the post-shift shit talk, please feel free to rate it. Tune back in next week for our shift shenanigans.